So back in 2007, I moved to Venezuela with my parents and my brother. We went there to start a church because my parents are missionaries, and I was about 8 years old. For those of you who don't know, when a Western person, when a white individual goes to a third world country, you're instantly viewed like a god or goddess amongst men and women. Because seeing a white boy isn't something you see every day in those countries. Like, they'll go up to you and they'll be like, yo, where are you from? How's it like living in America? Like, oh, this guy's from the future. Can you tell us any, like, cool stories? Like, just stuff like that. The occasional person might take selfies with you. They'll literally treat you like a celebrity. And that's how I felt throughout my 4 years living there. And as a young boy, that stuck with my head. It began to condition me to think that social opportunities are just handed to me on a silver platter, and I don't have to do anything. Like, I don't have to put any work to self-improve or anything like that. Yeah, throughout my 4 years, that's basically all I experienced. Girls came up to me, guys, friends, everything was handed to me, and I didn't really have to apply anything. So then, fast forward to 2011, that's when we moved back. I was about 12, and then instantly I felt a culture shock because, again, I was just some common white boy in America. Nothing special about him. And I was still a young boy, and I wondered, why don't I have as many friends as I used to? When I came back, I was in 7th grade. I remember that whole year I only made like 2 friends. I was very shy, I was very afraid. I didn't have anything to develop. I didn't have any like insecurities from back when I was in Venezuela to glow up from and to improve myself from. So I basically like expected people to come up to me like they used to in Venezuela. And sadly, none of that happened. I mean, I had the occasional girl that had a crush on me, but the most that would happen was just like we'd make eye contact, but most girls wouldn't really come up to me, just like the rare few, but I wasn't really attracted to them. It's funny how that happens. Like, the girls that you desire less, always the ones that shoot their shot at you. But anyways, I never did that. Like, I never shot my shot. I never went up to people. I never approached people. I never like spoke. I was always shy, insecure, and it sucked. Deep down, I wasn't extrovert. I liked being around people, which was the sad part. But I was just all suppressed by this social anxiety and insecurity. This continued all throughout middle school and high school. I was a virgin all throughout high school. I never went to any of the dances. I never went to prom, to homecoming. I never went to any of that. I didn't even talk to girls. I had a bit more friend. As I matured, I did start talking more, but still with girls, I didn't even talk to girls. Only the like few that came up to me, but again, even so, I wasn't really interested in them. So yeah, my whole high school virgin. And it wasn't until we fast forward to 2020, and I'm 21 years old, still a virgin. I come across this website known as Good Looking Loser. I mean, the theme of the site is in its title, Good Looking Loser. So it's for guys like me who had a lot of social anxiety, very much underachieved with women in their early years, and have that insecurity that they are self-aware enough that is kind of ruining their confidence and they want to do something about it. So I basically consumed that content and I learned, and I decided, so the whole blueprint behind that site is about you spend a period of your life just approaching girls, going on tons of dates, getting laid, and proving to yourself that you can and you are attractive to the opposite sex until you no longer have that insecurity and it's pretty much crushed and demolished into the ground. And now you can move on to the next phase of life, which is getting money and applying that same work ethic that you did to get laid to get paid. Then the next step from that, they don't really say. I guess it's just like fatherhood and starting a family. But I followed that blueprint, and I got my first girlfriend towards the end of the year, and yeah, it was really shitty of me. I basically just used her. Like, she was such a nice girl, and I did the whole like thing, like, oh, we're official now, you're my girlfriend. And yeah, I didn't know what to do. Like, it went on for 4 months, and I didn't end up sleeping with her until the 4th month. And it was a terrible experience, to say the least. Gosh. And yeah, just come to show how much I didn't know about women back then. And then my scumbag ass just dumped her. I felt sad about it for like 2 days. And yeah, it was a terrible thing. And then from there, spent the next like 1.5 years just going to the malls, going places where there was women by myself. And I treated it like the gym. I said, all right, I'm at the mall, so I'm not gonna go home unless I approach at least 3 to 5 girls, cold approach them, compliment them, hit on them, and try to get their phone number and text them and see if you can go out with them. So that's what I did almost every single day for a good year. And it worked. Guys, it worked. I got rid of my social anxiety. I became more confident, more witty. My communication improved. My eye contact, my confidence talking to people in general improved. So it was a blessing in that regard. And later in the video, I'm going to discuss why I think this part, just specifically getting rid of your social anxiety if you have it, is super important for your development as a man. But then came the dark side of it. I fell into the rabbit hole of promiscuity, body count, and thinking that, oh, like the more women you sleep with as a man, that makes you more masculine and stuff, which is totally wrong. That's not what makes a man. That's what makes a dirtbag, scumbag. Nonetheless, I got really good at seducing women, getting good with women and stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I no longer felt insecure. I felt like I could move on with my life finally. And that took me like 1.5 years to 2 years to do that. And towards the end of those 1.5 to 2 years, I started feeling a bit guilty. The guilt was consuming me. As a Christian, I deviated completely away from my path with Christ and my faith for those 1.5 to 2 years. I knew what I was doing. I felt like a hypocrite because I was saying to myself, like it's not a good thing when a Christian does a sinful act and is aware of it and continues to do it. It's not good. And I was doing it. So it wasn't until I felt like I had a mini encounter with God. I felt like God was speaking to me, telling me that I really have to change my ways, that this isn't a way to be behaving as a man with purpose. And I felt like God had a plan for me and is going to use me. And I feel like I'm slowly starting to flourish my purpose here on YouTube, sharing my stories and stuff with you guys to help improve you guys as men. And then that was pretty much it. After that encounter, I slowly, over the next 2 years, slowly started changing my ways. It's been nothing but self-realization and growth from that point on, guys, and I'm currently on that. And, you know, lust is an everyday battle for me, and comment below if you guys can relate with that. It's definitely a common masculine struggle of lust. I discovered semen retention. That's really been helping me in multiple ways. Now we're going to get into my main points. Do I regret everything that I did? From approaching women, get rid of my social anxiety, to sleeping with them and using women pretty much. To a spiritual standpoint, of course I do. That wasn't right. Sexual immorality written all over my face and my heart. So if I could go back and change anything, I probably wouldn't sleep around and use girls. I would though, as I said previously, my recommendation for all men is if you were like me and you struggle a lot with social anxiety and it's just holding you back, like for me, being in your comfort zone was holding me back for so long. You have to do this, okay? If you don't have people coming at you and your social life sucks, and you're basically like me, where like you have to create your own luck because nobody's gonna come to save you. You have to go create these opportunities for yourself. Absolutely, spend a period of time. Go to the beach, go somewhere local, and just approach people. Who cares if you look like a weirdo? People will look at you for like 1 second, judge you, and then they'll move on with their life, but then forget about you while you're the one they're overthinking. So you have to not care what people think. This is the mindset that helped me. So just do that. Do like sets, like build your way up. First week, just go up to girls, say hi, then walk away. Second week, go up to girls, say hi, give them a compliment, walk away. Third week, follow that same order, give them a compliment, and then talk to them, see what that leads to, then walk away, even if you don't get the number. Then the fourth week, you do everything, approach a girl, say hi, compliment them, talk to them, and then by the end, you ask for the phone number and then text them, see what happens. Then I would stop there. I probably, you know, if they seem like a cool person, they check off your criteria, you got similar values, yeah, maybe you can make that girl your girlfriend, but don't use girls, don't sleep with them. This is just for social anxiety destruction. That's the exercise right here. That's all you want. So that part I would. But the promiscuity, I don't condone that. I don't think young men, especially if you're Christian, you should be doing that. I'm a hypocrite for saying that. And I knew this would happen. I knew I would regret it later. But don't do it. Because here's the thing, guys. Like, there is a special woman out there for you. And chances are she might be waiting too. And she's secretly hoping that you are doing the same for her. At the very least, you're living right. And you're noticing the mistakes that you're doing along the way. Sleeping around, guys, is just giving a piece of your soul to every girl that you lay down in bed with. And it's not a good thing. You should only be doing this with one woman, as it says in the Bible. I forgot what book of the Bible, but it does say when you're married, your body isn't your own, and your woman's body isn't her own. Her body belongs to you, and your body belongs to your wife. And that's what I believe. So what am I doing now? I'm practicing semen retention and abstinence, trying to basically redeem myself, essentially. So that's what I think all young men should be doing right now is just, you don't need a woman anyways, like, especially when you're young. You need to be focusing on leveling up in life, getting your body right, your finances right, your relationship with God right, your communication, just developing as a masculine man. And one last thing I should mention, when you're doing this, yeah, just don't fall into the rabbit hole of promiscuity like I did, like trying to think that, oh, sleeping with tons of women is what makes you a man. That's not true. What makes you a man is your resilience, your discipline, your determination for life, your purpose, and your ambition. That's what makes a man, in my opinion. And my final message for anybody who's still a virgin out there, like I said, don't feel bad for it. Be proud. There's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of men, because there's this like thing going on where, like, you know, if you're a virgin and you're old as a man, you'll get made fun of. And for women, it's like, if you are a virgin and you're older, that's a good thing. Women are praised for it, men aren't. And the opposite. Men that sleep around are praised by society, and women that sleep around are looked down upon in society. You are going to thank yourself that you did wait in the end when you do find that woman that was meant for you, and you find out that she was waiting too. You might feel a little guilty. I feel like that's probably in my future too. Like when I meet like a really good girl, that's all I really want to settle for anyways. And I'm going to feel that guilt of, oh yeah, I was like sleeping around and stuff. Well, you just kept your purity. Yeah, I mean, I've already accepted that because that is the path I chose. And you wouldn't be a man if you go on regretting everything anyways. Again, like I said, to a spiritual level, I do regret it, but to a worldly level, I did learn a lot, and I got a lot of experience. I understand female nature now, so I can't really say I regret it technically in that sense, but before God, I am ashamed, I'm guilty, and I'm trying to repent every day for it. And my last point is that throughout this whole journey, guys, of semen retention and waiting and just leveling up as a man, staying focused on your purpose, and if you haven't found it yet, if you're young, trying to find it, just reading the Bible, going on self-reflection walks, nature walks, listening to audiobooks, podcasts, just trying to arm yourself with knowledge, that's going to boost your masculine energy. And I made a whole video right here if you want to watch how all of this basically boosts your masculine energy. So I'll see you guys in this video.